to borrow money, and I just went for $2,000. I know I can only afford to pay a loan of $2,000. And the bank tries to convince me to take 50. And I know if I take that 50, I am going to cripple my economic situation. It is incumbent upon me as the leader of my own financial situation to say, bank, I thank you for your confidence in me, but I'm not taking that sum.
Right, so the bank, right. So I understand why you do that as an example. But let me say this thing. You are a small drop in a society, right? When you have society that has to make sure that the people get fed, the salaries get paid, the economy get run properly, and you really need money, and you have to Mr. Chan, you're just waiting. But we ain't talk about Mr. Chan, because that's what he want. That's what we about today. I now know.
Is it still recording?
I now know, after listening to this guy, what is American real agenda. And it's not just the oil. It's they're gonna go after Mexico. They want to go after Greenland. And when you check the resources of all these people, all the lands that they have, these countries that they could offer, America does nothing for free. Right?
And why should they?
The question, no, what I wouldn't have done it for free there.
Okay.
You know what it costs to move an air carrier from aircraft carrier.
And that's why I said, and why
right?
should
and
they?
one of those airplanes take off to go and do something and come and land. And I'm saying, for me, it's advantage. It's advantage. But America would always look after America's interests first. Right? They would always look after their interests first. Right? My thing is that the Venezuelan people coming out of all of this, first I want to see how much people were killed. They're saying 40. I want to see, coming out of this, what is the plans to really help the Venezuelan population. We know why you did it. But I'm hoping that the Venezuelan people could benefit from this move. And it sends a clear message to all these other countries that he would have spoke about to get in line. You better get in line. That's what Trump doing now. Right? That is my visa safety response.
Vince, I said in our last episode that I do not believe there will be a war in Venezuela. I did say that. You remember that? And I also said that I expect that Maduro will be the intelligent person that I thought he should have been and negotiate his way out of this conflict. When America comes knocking at your door, you do not take up a sense of bravado unless you have significant backing, and maybe he did. I'm not questioning the Russia influence and the China influence, but America caught him napping, and I'm going to expand on what I mean by that. I absolutely agree with you, but I'm going to create a scenario. America came into that hemisphere, into our waters, this side of the world, and they blocked every single business that was taking place. Legitimate and illegitimate business. They blocked drugs, they blocked guns, they blocked human trafficking, they blocked tankers from coming in and taking out the oil. And while they were doing that, and these business people, legitimate or illegitimate, sat there making no money for a sustained period of time. But on the other side, you have Maduro saying, I'm waiting for the perfect deal. I'm not taking your offer. You have to take mine. Right? what do you think going to happen? You don't think that somebody who really needs to make money, who really needs for this to be over, would sell him out?
Mhm.
And that's what happened. But let me create a bigger picture. Everybody in this room should know about BRICS, right?
Mhm.
BRICS is something that was formed by China and Russia. Africa joined, South Africa joined, and a couple other African countries, along with Pakistan and
India?
um,
India joined?
no, yeah, India, and also North Korea.
Mhm.
And from the Caribbean region, from this hemisphere, you have Brazil, you have Colombia,
Mhm.
you have Cuba, you have Venezuela, all those countries that you would have noticed. Now, what people don't understand is this. When oil started trading on the international scene, Saudi Arabia needed to work with a currency to move this to be paid. And because America had that banking system globally, everyone agreed to trade in US. Last year, Saudi Arabia announced that they will no longer be trading in US currency.
Yeah, I got that.
That's a significant thing. And then with Brazil and all these other countries joining BRICS, you are now jeopardizing, in Trump's mind, the American economy. Trump made a strategic move to do what he did,
Mm-hmm.
because you now have control of the largest oil reserve in the world. So now you are a global player again in the energy sector, and everybody has to stand up and look. Forget all the other rhetoric you are hearing. That is the most important message I'd like everyone to get from this discussion. It is not always what you hear CNN, BBC, ABC,
Fox,
and NBC talk. You have to be wise and listen to global geopolitics to understand the game that is being played. And can you blame America? No. They're about surviving. America needs to survive. And therefore, Maduro should have known that the stakes were higher than what he was playing. And unfortunately, he took a nap and they came for him.
Yeah, but yeah, but the Noriega, the Noriega, this guy from
Colombia?
Nah, this one that was killed when the Saudi Saddam Hussein. Ever hear about the Saddam Hussein story?
Of course, I know about Saddam Hussein. America. What about
when America wants you dead or wants you out, you could jump high, you could jump low.
They come for you.
And they like to put on a show. Let me say this. When I looked at the little news clips about how they got this guy, I said, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single American soldier was killed. I don't know if anyone was wounded.
They got injured. A couple of the guys that were flying the helicopter got shot, according to news reports. But let me say this. As young men, and we are young, coming from the Caribbean and looking at...
Did you say young?
Yeah, young. I'm young.
All right, okay.
As young men coming from the Caribbean, and us paying attention to the global politics, geopolitics that takes place, even while we are concerned with what we are seeing, you have to admire America for the stance they're taking to protect the economy. You have to admire that. Because as you just said, China is doing the same. Russia is doing the same. And particular China, they are a master at it because they don't fire a shot.
Let me give you this one quick as you're there. What is the difference between what the Russian president is doing now and what America did?
Absolutely. Well,
what is the difference? Hold on, because you just said something there.
No, well,
you
asked me a question I need to answer. The difference is, and you have to give America credit for this, they did it in a more strategic and humane way. They went in, they took who they wanted, and they've not fired a shot since. Russia, however...
Yet.
Okay, and you can say that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, when Russia went into Ukraine, there has not been a day in 2 or 3 years that they've been fighting that they've not shot a bomb or a bullet. It's two completely different approach.
No, but it's not.
One is decimation and one is artistry. And I use the word artistry. Absolute artistry. Yeah? And there is where I think we need to leave this discussion tonight. Yeah? America did what they did, and now we just have to let it play out. Right? And I said in the last conversation that Trinidad and Tobago is at the cusp of putting into effect an agreement that we had with Venezuela that was put on hold. So as Trinidad and Tobago nationals, hold on. Vince, I just talked about geopolitics. Pay attention.
Okay, go
right?
I'm paying attention.
I'm saying to you that we have to let it play out. And if it plays out how it is expected to be played out, I think Trinidad and Tobago will benefit. Do not forget, we took in over, and I'm calling a number that you may find is unrealistic, but I think it's that high. We took in over 200,000 Venezuelans in our shores.
It's not so much.
Vince, I'm telling you.
It can't be so much.
Vince, I am telling you, we took in as a country more than 200,000 Venezuelans in this country. Therefore, they've been using our resources and benefiting from our state without any benefit to us. And we must remember that when we try to criticize the Prime Minister, because her role is just like Trump, is to keep this country afloat.
Bonds. Listen to me.
Remember your visa.
Just now. I don't need a visa to stay in Trinidad.
No. Hold on.
We talking about it. We ain't talking about the Prime Minister. You ain't just with she. You ain't just with. End that podcast. End that podcast review.
No.
Let me say this.
Say what you say on camera, man.
No, let me say this. No.
Yeah, say.
As the worst Prime Minister we've ever had.
I think
as it comes
I absolutely disagree with your opinion.
As it comes to international relations and how she handled this whole situation.
Kamala is doing what Kamala has to do, Vince.
Kamala, no. When you
we can agree to disagree. Kamala is doing what Kamala has to do.
This is a whole new podcast you started. Let me tell you, I've never seen a more worse. Right?
Do you think that you're going to agree with everything your leader does?
No.
Right. We had a leader in power. Hold on. I want to share this with you. We had a leader in power before. Right? That this country wanted to see the back of. Right? And we had to experience that Prime Minister, his bravado, his, however you want to describe it, for a sustained period. We just got a new Prime Minister, and I beg that we give her time.
You know, you talk like a politician.
I believe she's going to make her mistakes, but we have to give her time.
Mistake? Call it a mistake?
Vince.
But you cannot call that a mistake. You know what? Let me wait until this thing plays out.
It has to play out. I want to share something with you.
And if I'm wrong, I want
to share something with you, right? For my birthday in October. I'm not going